With the release of Season 5 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, within the cinematic cutscene we've seen the return of Commander Graves, as he has met up with Alex and Farah, warning them of an impending threat. And a lot of people are confused right now as to why and how exactly he is still alive after the Ghost team, of course, destroyed his tank near the end of Modern Warfare 2's campaign, after, under Shepard's orders, he betrayed Taskforce 141 and started firing on them. Now, the reason as to why he is meeting with Alex and Farah is because Shadow Company want to call a truce between Taskforce 141, as despite what happened before and despite them betraying them, there is apparently a greater threat at bay. As Captain Price has described before, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that is what we are seeing play out here, as he warns Alex and Farah that the Kony PMC group are in fact the Russian ultranationalist Makarov's inner circle, and they apparently plan on invading Al-Mazrah to obtain deadly missiles and gas from a bunker underneath Observatory Tower. So in the meantime, Shadow Company and Task Force 141 have called a truce and called a ceasefire between both factions, because both will now be working for the same side to stop the Kony PMC group from obtaining these missiles and gas. And this will be the reveal event for Modern Warfare 3, which is apparently going to be happening on August 17th. It'll be a live event, potentially even in DMZ, of which we're going to have to side with Shadow Company to be stopping Kony from obtaining these missiles and gas. However, I've got a feeling like within the event we're going to fail and they're still going to be able to obtain these missiles and gas, and that'll then lead into the storyline for Modern Warfare 3's campaign, because we know and we were warned by Hadir before he died in the final episode of Raids that Kony wants to invade Urzikstan and I guess other parts of the world, and that is why they want to get these deadly missiles and gas. So I wouldn't be surprised if we fail within the event, and like I said, that'll lead into Modern Warfare 3's storyline. But although we are now going to be working with Shadow Company and we're going to be working with Graves, a big question right now is how on earth are Alex and Farah shaking their hands within the cutscene? They seem way too friendly with him within the cutscene. Of course, Alex states that he thought that Graves died when the tank was exploded in Las Almas, and that means he has heard about the events that unfolded there, but surely he wouldn't have just heard about him potentially dying, but he would have heard the fact that Graves also betrayed Task Force 141 and fired on them. But if Alex and Farah heard that, I doubt they would shake his hand and be so friendly with them, even if they have to work with Shadow Company for the greater good to defend against a greater evil. They surely still wouldn't be friendly with him if they knew of this event. So I wonder if Alex and Farah might be in the dark about the fact that Graves betrayed them. I doubt they would be so friendly otherwise, but then why would they have heard about the tank if they didn't hear about the other events? And within the Season 5 cutscene, we also hear information about Shepard, as Graves says that he is currently occupied with warfare going on around the world, as there always is, and I wonder if the warfare going on around the world is related to Makarov's Russian ultranationalists. Are they currently invading lots of places around the world and causing havoc? I wonder how Graves is going to return in Modern Warfare 3's campaign and storyline. I also wonder if Graves is just going to blame Shepard for the events that unfolded with him betraying them and just surmising it to him just following orders from Shepard to try and mitigate the anger that they feel towards him. But even if he is just a trigger-happy person who will take orders from anyone above him if they give it, that's still not really much of an excuse. So we actually have some new information pertaining to how and why Graves faked his death, because it seems like Graves was never in the tank when we exploded it. It seems like he was remote controlling it or something like that, as he says within the cutscene. But as it turns out, Graves and Shadow Company were actually investigated by the FBI for this event that unfolded, and we've learned this from Graves' operator character bio now. So I wonder if the reason as to why Graves faked his death is because the FBI were already investigating him and Shadow Company, and so he faked his death to try and get away from all of that. But unfortunately, they have found out he is still alive. Well, I guess unfortunately for him. His character bio reads, Commander Philip Graves is a proud former Marine Team Chief from the Masok Raider Regiment. He is the founder, CEO, and commander of Shadow Company, a global risk management, protection, and private military firm specializing in troop, air, and maritime capability anywhere in the world. With Shadow Company, Graves has encountered more than his fair share of success and controversy, continuing their long affiliation with General Shepard and hired to provide security for Task Force 141 in Las Almas, Mexico. Graves' Shadow Company forces were involved in a friendly fire event that led to a now notorious blue-on-blue incident. The mishap sparked an FBI investigation, damaging already strained relations between the PMC's private military contractors and military community, seen by some as cowboys and trigger-happy mercenaries. Commander Graves was believed believed killed in action in the ensuing battle, but intel reports he has since re-emerged, having been seen in various locations in Europe and the Middle East. Graves and Shadow Company have never admitted responsibility for the mishap, only adding to the PMC's murky status as civilians in war zones. Real quick before we continue, this isn't sponsored, I just wanted to let you know that the kind people at Autofall recently sent me one of their gaming chairs. Gamers, are you ready to level up your gaming experience? Introducing the Autofall Cinnamon Roll Gaming Chair. With its stylish and cute design featuring everyone's favourite Sanrio character, the chair is perfect for those who love to game in style, but that's not all. It's also designed for comfort and support with adjustable armrest, lumbar support, and a high-density foam cushion. Whether you are a casual gamer or a pro, the chair is perfect for hours of gaming without sacrificing comfort. Get your Autofall Cinnamon Roll Gaming Chair today and experience gaming like never before. There will be a link to it down in this video's description. So tension is still rising, and if Shadow Company are helping us once again, I wonder if they're going to betray us once again as well. And as we were saying earlier, I just can't imagine that Alex and Farah know what happened previously, and yet they are so friendly with him. And what is also confusing is, what on earth is going to happen when Captain Price and Simon Ghost Riley, Soap, Alejandro, and the rest of them find out that Alex and Farah met up with Graves and are calling a truce? They're going to be furious, they're going to be angry, but I guess Taskforce 141 are going to have to put their emotions aside because they need to work with them to stop Coney and to stop Makarov. But I wouldn't be surprised if this results in, like I said, another betrayal, unfortunately. But Captain Price is certainly going to be very furious when he finds out about this, and if Alex and Farah do in fact know what happened previously with the betrayal, they're going to be even more furious, unless they are just faking their happiness around Graves and being purposefully cordial with him just because they want to work together. But they could still work together, but clearly outline the fact that they are angry at them and they do not approve of what happened previously. So it's all a bit murky here, it's all a bit confusing, but yeah, like I said, I think this is why Graves faked his death with the tank, and I think it's largely because the FBI were investigating them. But I wonder how Shadow Company are going to play into the Modern Warfare 3 story. I wonder how Graves is going to play into it, and Shadow Company. But speaking of General Shepard, one of Graves' skin reads in the game, General Shepard sends his regards. He told me y'all wouldn't take this well. So Shepard knows that Shadow Company are working with Task Force 141 again to try and stop Coney, and this means that Graves is already anticipating that the rest of Task Force 141 will not be taking this incident well. They are going to be angry when they find out that Alex and Farah have met up with them, but like I said, they're still going to have to work together. Right now, Shadow Company are friendlies in DMZ. They have ceased fire, and like I said, they're going to be working together for the reveal event of Modern Warfare 3, which will be taking place on August 17th. This ceasefire, you can pick which faction you want to side with, but the thing is, like I said earlier, with Captain Price's quote, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, it doesn't matter if you choose Shadow Company, it doesn't matter if you choose Task Force 141, because right now, even though they are on opposite ends of the spectrum, they have opposing ideologies, their end goal is still the same. They both want to stop Coney, of course, and Makarov. So that's their alignment there. We have more information about this blue on blue incident from Oz's character bio in the game, which reads, growing up in Central Florida, Osmond Oz Ryan was an outsider since the day he was born, having no family and fewer friends. Osmond frequently escaped to the online world where he went by the handle Oz. Is he a gamer? I don't get this. Anyways, he's a self-taught grey hat hacker. Oz's idea of fun was attempting to find exploits and weaknesses in the world's most secure servers and provide security fixes for a price. This caught the interest of the Army's high brass, most noticeable General Shepard. Though contracted with the US Army Cyber Command, Oz would unofficially be working for Shepard's private military group, Shadow Company. It was within this group that Oz learned to fight on both the physical and digital front lines. The weight of the discussion was magnified when, in 2022, Commander Graves found himself embroiled in a troubling blue on blue incident that remained under investigation. Recognizing Oz's unwavering loyalty and cyber skills, Graves entrusted him with the role of de facto leader of Shadow Company. So Oz is currently the leader of Shadow Company due to this incident whilst Graves was investigated. So previously we had learned from Ashika Island's description that there was a new leader of Shadow Company, and now we know that they are in fact Oz. But I guess now that Graves is back, is he back to being the leader again? Anyways, Oz's mission was twofold: to meticulously manage the narrative surrounding the incident and to coordinate the mercenary activities necessary to ensure Shadow Company's global presence and effectiveness in ongoing conflicts. It was a difficult choice for Oz, one that challenged his sense of loyalty and duty, but he delivered. So yeah, he was basically the person to try and reprimand or fix the tension that was happening between the two groups and control the narrative that was being spun. But that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.